Hi, this is Andy, and today I'd like to show you how you can use site columns to plan out your SharePoint deployment. A site column is a list component that's available to any library at or below the level you're creating it from. This component can be a simple drop-down list, a data lookup, or a set of radio buttons, or many other types of data. So let's start and create a site column. To begin, I'll go to Site Actions and Site Settings. From Site Settings, if I look on the left side under Galleries, I'll see Site Columns. From here, you can see that site columns are a foundational component of SharePoint. The software itself uses many site columns all over. What we're going to do is add a custom site column of our own that can be used anywhere at this site or below. So I'll click the Create button, and I need to give this site column a name. Now for this example, I'll just do something simple. Let's call this site column Staff, and this will be a list of everyone that we have in Staff. So I'll make this column type Choice. Scroll down, and I can choose what group I want to add this site column to. Right now we're defaulting to custom columns, and that's where it'll put everything that you create. Or you can use one of the pre-built groups, or I can choose a new group, and I'll do that. I'm going to call my new group People. This way, if I wanted another site column called Vendors, this would be the appropriate place to put it. Now if I choose, I can add a description, but I'm going to skip that step here. Note that I've got an option to make this required. If this is something that I'll only add to lists where it's an important part of that list, then required is something I definitely want to set here. Enforce unique values doesn't matter because I'm not going to allow anyone to use fill-in choices. And I'm not going to repeat any of the choice options that I give them. So I'll start by clearing out the default data, enter choice 1, enter choice 2, and so on. And I'll start creating a list of names. So let's go Bob Smith, John Adams, and so on. How about I even add myself? Alright, now I like drop-down lists, so that's what I'm going to select here. But it's a short list, so I could even do radio buttons or checkboxes if I wanted someone to be able to select multiples. Again, I'm not going to allow fill-in choices, and I'm going to set the default value to nothing. That way, if this isn't applicable, there's really no reason for anything to be filled out. And now I'll click OK. Great, now if I scroll down, you'll see, again, we've got all of our site column groups listed here. We should see my new group, and it's all in alphabetical order, so there it is, under People, and my list called Staff. Great. So now how do we use this? Well, it's actually very, very simple. All we need to do now is create some kind of a custom list. So I'll go back to my home site, I'll go to Site Actions, More Options, and I'm going to sort down to the list level, and I'll choose Custom List. I'll just name this Test for now and hit Create. Great, a new list. So now to use this site column, all I need to do is go to List Settings like I normally would to create any column and scroll down, and you'll see I've got this option, Add from Existing Site Columns. I can click this link, find the site column that I'd like under my groups, so I'll change the group here to People and add Staff. And I've got my option as usual to add this to the default view if I'd like, and I'll leave that. Great. So now, if this list were entirely compiled of site columns, my list could be done in a matter of seconds just by selecting the columns that I wanted. Otherwise, I'd finish this list, build it out, add the columns that I want, and I'm ready to go. So now, if we go back to our list itself and add a new item, you'll see there's our site column with our staff members. So that's site columns and how to create them.